It's a lot to get into the club tonight. What? But it's gonna be alright. Yeah, cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Trick Daddy, Big D, let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
If you want some, come get some. Cause where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I want answers now. Who, what, where, and why. See, a lot of dudes like to act the fool now. Get on live, but that ain't my style. Now who he gon' get and what he gon' do? Run up on me if you want to. Hot damn pressing his homies. If he done up in front of his mama, I'll mop up the floor with him. And I kick in the door and let the floor hit him. I got fools that'll go get him. This for him, the fool, and the dudes that run with him.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
Gotta spit it for the murderers and the killers and the thugsters. They be fucking up the ballers and the dealers and the hustlers. Got me coming at you bogus in the VI while they bumping Lil Jon. I'm a Russian. It's a Southland twister from Chicago, rolling with the Miami. Then I crush you. We already be looking for drama. If a nigga try to get into it with us, then we gotta get him. Feeling free from the torture that can never be cured. I'm finna stealing. I'm telling you, trick up finna steal 'em. Got me swinging Chrissy and Hennessy bottles in the club. And my thug homies going for the skrilla. Don't get it twisted with that overnight celebrity. You better be scared of me in my city. I'm a killer.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
I ain't that rapper type, alright? That acting type, alright? This off ain't in my script, I'm a player. You just a square. See, once that Hennessy into me, the whole industry is my enemy. And you ain't no kin to me, a friend to me. What? Don't pretend to be. See, I'm strictly for the thugs. I'm for the street and straight out the hood. My MO is ghetto and I don't even need the cat for you boozy cats. I'm straight out the county of dead. Verified, MIA. You ever come south of the border? First most born, you're gonna get slaughtered.
If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go.
Chop, 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 chop. Fuck, 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 fuck. Chop, 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 chop. Fuck, 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 fuck.
I got a whole lot of money, yummy for me. Bottle key, popping that water bag, jacking. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. My partner on the my other partner drum. Roll up the line, I'm trying to get it done. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. I stepped in the club, rolling up that lock. My keep your security says be quiet. My presence start a riot. The girls get excited. Hold on, wanna try it. I'm like, why not try it? My sweat they wanna buy it. My juice they wanna try it. Club going stupid. When I they do it. Jury gotta choose. Jugging and she moving. Grove Street dealing. Who you killing? Bro, 2 years ago, now I'm worth $1 million. Jumping to the ceiling. That's how we ballin'. You know that I'm rolling. To another B-way. Now I'm on the meter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Southland Conference and its 12 member institutions wish to congratulate and thank all of those involved with the 2025 Southland Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. Specifically, the Southland Conference thanks the City of Lake Charles, McNeese State University, and other volunteers for serving as gracious hosts for this event. Additionally, the conference thanks all of their teams, their student athletes and coaches, and of course, the fans that loyally follow them. We now ask that you direct your attention to center court, where Chris Grant, Commissioner of the Southland Conference, will present the tournament awards. The Southland Conference recognizes the outstanding individual performances during the 2025 Southland Conference Men's Basketball Tournament as voted on by the attending media. The members of the 2025 All-Tournament team are Micah Thomas, Northwestern State; Adam Hamilton, Lamar; Alexis Mamaleos, Lamar; Kadir Copeland, McNeese; and the final member of the Southland Conference All-Tournament team and the 2025 Southland Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Most Valuable Player is Javon Garcia, McNeese. And now, for the presentation of team trophies. The Southland Conference salutes the championship performance of the Lamar Cardinals. Mr. Grant will now present the 2025 Southland Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship Trophy and NCAA Tournament automatic bid to Coach Will Wade and the Cowboys of McNeese. And now, the Southland Conference is proud to present an official NCAA dance ticket memento to the Cowboys of McNeese. McNeese, you have officially punched your ticket to March Madness. The Southland Conference and its member institutions, again, thank you for attending the 2025 Men's Basketball Tournament. Good night, and please travel safely.
What you wanna do, baby? Where you wanna go? I'll take you to the moon, baby. I'll take you to the floor. I treat you like a real lady, no matter where you go. Just give me some time, baby. 'Cause you know, even when we're apart, I know my heart is still there with you. wanna know. Just pour another drink, baby. Come on, pour a little more. I treat you like a real lady. I'll keep you out the cold. I'll give you all my time, baby. You know, even when we're apart, I know my heart is still there with you. 5 more hours till the night is ours, and I'm in bed with you. This is, yeah, this right here is my type of party. Yeah, 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 yeah. 5 more hours, we just getting started. This right here is my type of party. This is my type of party. 5 more hours, we just getting started. 5 more hours, we just getting started. Just getting started. I follow the sound of your heartbeat, how it always calls me, finding my way back to you. I'm feeling it more now than ever. I'll do this forever, just to spend the night with you. This is, yeah. This right here is my type of party. Hours, we just getting started. This right here is my type of party. 5 more hours, we just getting started.
5 more hours, we're just getting started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're having a great time. Thank you so much for being a part of the men's basketball tournament of the Southland Conference. We ask you to please be careful. Confetti makes it a little slippery on the floor, so be as careful as you can. Please move slow. Take care of each other. And once again, have a good night. Travel safe. And thank you so much for being a part of the 2025 Southland Conference Basketball Championships Tournament.
Check. Southland Conference Tournament, McNeese gets the win, and they are headed back to the 2025 NCAA Tournament. Chastity Varis, we've got Van Chancellor, Tick Price. We're on the YouTube page. We're, fellas, turn around. You're also on the Jumbotron here in the Legacy Center. Coach Chancellor, we'll start with you. What was your broad thoughts of the game?
I thought it was a great game. I thought Lamar played awfully hard, but in the end, it was just McNeese's defense. They're just so good defensively. With about 3 minutes to go, they created 3 turnovers, and they turned them into 8 points.
Good defense, even better offense. I think when you play a rival, both teams are going to get after it. Both teams did, and then they got the fans to get into it. Obviously, McNeese did a better job to get their fans and get more people in the stands, which energized the whole fan base.
We called it the Tick Price Bowl, McNeese and Lamar. Well, how are you feeling in the midst of it? Now working in the middle, working with the conference.
Well, I mean, I enjoy watching both teams play. Both
Great
teams
for the conference.
Yeah, well, both teams are well coached. Coach Will Wade, of course, does an excellent job. His assistant coaches prepares them with a good scouting report. Coach Will Wade does a good job of reaching his players. The players are receptive, and at the end of the day, it shows in the final score.
Talk about Javon Garcia. He was the all-tournament MVP. He was great down the stretch for McNeese.
Well, you look at it, this was a great crowd here today, and they had an influence on the game. But I'm going to give Alvin Brooks credit. He kept his team composed. He kept his team in the game. They had a shot at the end, but just McNeese plays 9 players, and I mean 9 really good players.
Good depth. When you have depth like that, when somebody gets tired, because they're going to play as hard as they can, raise the hand, you put another guy in, they do not miss a beat. That transition game is as good as it gets, but also they got 3-point shooters and a good anchor in that middle to make sure they take away offense.
Stick around with us. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to get some interviews, whether it be head coach Will Wade, Heath Schroyer, players, and so on. I want to talk about one stat that kind of stuck out to me. McNeese turned Lamar over 11 times in the game. They got 10 points off of those turnovers. How big of a factor is that?
Well, if you can turn points from your defense, that's easy 2 points. They get out and run the lanes. They're looking for kicker heads, or they got pull-up jumpers they take. They're a very dangerous team. March don't start with March with this team right here. It's obvious they continue to play basketball year-round.
When you have Shoemake and Copeland, 6'5", long arms, they can defend. No wonder Shoemake is Defensive Player of the Year. That guy is a defensive shot-blocking hawk.
Well, I mean, you've had players like that.
Oh, yeah. I had one in Houston. Her name was Cheryl Swoops.
That's right. But, you know, when you yourself, you win 4 WNBA championships, you know for yourself, you got to have players to coach. And that's what they have.
And they do a great job of coaching good players.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's very hard to do. Coaching players that are really good, finding enough quality playing time for all 9 players.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Kadir Copeland. He finishes with 18 points, multiple assists. He was a force to be reckoned with throughout the game.
Well, that's the thing about this team. Different night, different guys step up. You can't key on one guy because if you key on one guy, then that opens the door for another guy, 2 or 3 guys that have career nights. So they're very good.
When you look at Copeland, he was on the offense really well, but he was defensively. He played both sides of the ball. He played, I thought, one of the best games I've seen in this tournament.
Let's talk a little bit about the main man. Heath Schroyer. He's up on the ladder, cutting down the nets right now. The job that he's been able to do, obviously you bring Will Wade in, you take that chance, but now it's also elevated the confidence in terms of basketball. But it all starts with him.
It starts with him, but he's surrounded himself with a very good administration. Bridget Martin, our president here, is as good as it gets. Then you got super fans here as well. But the bottom line is you got managers that's behind the scene doing the dirty work. Most of the players get close to those managers, and those managers do a good job of making sure they get the players up for the game. They sometimes do a little bit of coaching too.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll have to get the viral manager, Amir Khan, to join us a little bit
what
later.
I like best about Coach Wade tonight is when I thought they were struggling early. They were having trouble scoring, and I thought he was very calm. I had a tendency when I coached, I might have went off the train track, buddy, when things went bad for me. I thought he was very calm, and then very, very encouraging. And then at the end, he did a masterful job of running the right plays for the right player.
Now, let me say this. You said Will Wade and calm. In that locker room, you go in that locker room, ask each one of those players how calm he is.
Well, hold on. I don't even know if he got a technical foul this year. That's impressive for Coach Wade.
Well.
All right, let's talk a little. Dig a little more deep into. You talk about the physicality, how Coach Wade coached. When a game is that physical and doesn't feel like anything's going your way, what are you telling your guys in the midst of that?
I think you say match their, exceed their energy, not match it, but exceed it. And when you do that, you let the kids know that we're trying to set the tone. We're trying to win this basketball game. And whatever they throw at us, we got to fight back. This is not a pillow fight. You got to go out there and fight like you never fought before to win the basketball
Coach,
game.
I thought both teams welcome physical play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have one team wanting to play finesse basketball, one team wants to play physical basketball. I think both teams said, let's get it on, let's go.
Well, that's because you forced Sonny Liston when you was coaching. You had that fire in you, and that's what you're supposed to do with your players. Help bring fire and get them to understand that, look, this game right here has got to be the most physical game you play because this is against your rival.
I thought the physical part of the game really suited Matt Neese just a little bit.
Yeah.
They had a little bit bigger players on the wings especially, and I thought when the game got physical, Matt Neese said, let's roll.
Let's talk about the other side of this. Well, we've talked about McNeese. Let's talk about Lamar for a little bit. An excellent game plan from head coach Alvin Brooks. Look, they played him front to back with McNeese. What'd you think of Lamar?
I think Lamar came out. I think they were motivated by the game that they played, the last game they played. It was very intense. Both teams fought hard. I think that Lamar has some revenge on their mind, but they're well coached. They run some really good things on the offensive end. Transition-wise, they get out and run lanes as well. I think they're bigger. Their length can bother you some, but I thought that McNeese players would not be denied playing in their backyard.
I thought Hamilton for Lamar was outstanding tonight. I thought he played physical inside. He scored some. He rebounded the ball, and the little point guard could play for anybody, anywhere, at any time.
Yeah, well, Hamilton is maybe the second leading shot blocker in our conference, and Margarillo is probably one of the, I think he averages something like 14, 12 points a game. That's your guy. He can really shoot the basketball. I know you like those shooters, but they've got good inside-out basket. They go inside-out with their basketball team.
But I also think this, Coach. Give Lamar credit for coming in here in a hostile crowd. Mm-hmm. I mean, this fan base in here today was enthusiastic, and I thought they were in the game, and Lamar didn't let that bother them. They came to play. They might, and they said, hey, we're going to play. We're going to give you a game. Let's go.
Yeah. But I think they've improved every year they've gotten better and better. They made progress, and I think Coach Brooks has a lot to do with it. They've been able to identify players in that transfer portal.
Well, and we've seen the improvement in terms of the league. You know, I don't want to call it the Will Wade fact, but it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
You know, it just shows that if you are able to buy into basketball, you can see the product in which you are investing in.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing that across the league.
I think that just the overall game and everything that's going on is really, it speaks so well for the Southland Conference. I live in Katy, so they moved out of the Merrill Center 11 minutes from my house. But they came here, and I think this has been a great move. I think it's been, Chris Grant has done a great job of moving it here. It's been the fan base is in, just loves the tournament.
Yeah.
And it's just been great for everything and everybody.
All right, looks like we have got Karen Crow Joe Charles here. He's actually with the chair. He's actually the short man at the desk. For once, I'm actually taller than him. Joe, you come here from down the road in Lafayette. You're headed to the NCAA tournament. When somebody tells you that, what does that make you feel?
Man, it's an unreal feeling. Making the hardest decision of my life. Basically, it was the best decision. Like I said, it's an unreal feeling right now.
Talk to us about what Coach Wade, obviously you come here, you get into the portal, you come here. What is his pitch to you, and what has he meant to you and your family?
First day he recruited me, he just wanted to win. That's what I wanted to do. He set out a plan, executed, we're going to March Madness.
Going to March Madness. All right, so your three ball wasn't working for you today. When your shot's not falling, what do you hit next?
I got to get stops and rebounds, do other stuff to help the team win.
Guys?
Go ahead, Coach.
Joe, when you see your rival and you're getting ready to play against them, do you have a game plan like the night before or the day of? How do you approach that game of significance that you played tonight against your arch rival in a championship game? What's your mindset going into that game?
Just take it one step at a time. Just keep playing, keep doing what I was doing, you know, do what I do.
Yeah.
Joe, there's a lot of pressure on you trying to win this tournament at home, trying to make the NCAA. Sunday, when they announce the team, you're going to be there.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to a player?
It's a great feeling, you know, small conference, working hard, all the stuff we did in the summer paid off.
What if I had told you 1 year ago Karen Crow-Joe was going to the NCAA tournament? What would you have said then?
Yeah. Let's go.
There it is. Karen Crow-Joe, Joe Charles. Thanks so much, brother.
Thanks, buddy. Nice job.
Congratulations.
Good luck to
and
you.
enjoy.
Congratulations. Joe.
Continuing post-game coverage here at the Southland Conference Tournament. Your McNeese Cowboys are the Southland Conference Tournament champions. Look, this is incredible. The crowd, you talked about it, was pretty darn phenomenal. As the manager, we were talking about the managers earlier, the viral sensation Amir Khan up on the ladder right now. He's got NIL deals, he's got sponsorships, he does everything. Coach, talk to us. We talked about the managers a little bit earlier. Talk to us about just what managers mean to a program.
Well, they're the guys that do the dirty work. They wash the laundry, they keep the floors clean, but they are unsung heroes. They are the guys that the players really respect, they listen to, and they can be like the assistant coaches to the head coach. They do everything they can to make sure the head coach are ready as well as the player. There you go. That's Will Wade and his kid.
Head coach Will Wade up on the ladder here
Beautiful
inside
little
of the
girl.
Legacy Center, as well as Caroline Wade up on the ladder. I say it, for me, tremendous people earn tremendous things, and that's what Will Wade is. He's a tremendous person, he's a tremendous coach, and he's going back to the tournament.
Well, when I first met Will Wade with the school on the other side of the state, he invited me to practice. He knew me, and I knew him, but we didn't know each other that well. But when I went into practice and see how hard he works and what he has his assistants doing, his teams I knew would be fundamentally sound, but he gives them a window to play to their strength.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing any better than you're trying to make the NCAA tournaments, Coach. Then you get to turn and cut the nets down. That's everything to you, buddy.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All right, we have got the class clown, DJ Richards, joining us. DJ, you're going back to the NCAA tournament. It was awesome the first time. You've got business to do this time.
Definitely. We have our mindset basically to this is the get back. We had a good team last year, and we should have did better than what we did, but this year is a team that I feel that we're going to get over that hump. We made it there last time. We made it here this year, but this year we're going to make noise.
I have a question for you, Mr. Richards. You got your family with you.
Yeah, these are my wives back here.
Okay.
Where's the mirror? Don't hide.
What does it mean to win the championship, qualify for the NCAA in front of your friends and family?
It means so much. Every last one of them, even my little cousin that just looked like he don't do nothing, they all sacrificed for me.
Yeah.
Everybody sacrificed for me, and it's good sometimes when I can do things like this because I feel like I'm giving back, and because I feel like I do this for them, and I know I do this for them. So when I have a moment like this to where I see smiles on everybody's faces and just bring everybody together, it means a lot to me.
That's nice for you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now I watched you shoot that basketball for 2 years. And something tells me your mama showed you how to shoot.
What's crazy is
It must have been your dad.
Yeah. So look, my dad taught me how to shoot, but my mom, for some reason, her shot is ugly.
Yeah.
It might hit the backboard, but it goes in. She's a really good shooter, low key. And if we want to keep it a rack, Dee is definitely, she was the best shooter in the family. If we want to be honest.
I don't have a question. I have a statement. I watched you play for 2 years, and I've really enjoyed watching you play.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
The
you.
sky's the limit. Just keep working.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
DJ, final question. You play with a lot of emotion today against a
Definitely.
rival. Take us through this game.
Uh,
But watch it.
That's what I'm saying. I got to catch myself. I do play with a lot of emotion. My team knows it's all for good. I just love the game so much. I don't want anybody to get my emotion confused with being negative. I love this game. I put so much in this game to where when I do certain things, it hurts me and I just want to yell, you know what I'm saying? But about the rival thing, a rival is a back and forth win and loss thing, by the way. We played them 6 times. 6 wins, it's not a rival.
That speak for itself.
DJ, congratulations. We'll see you in the NCAA tournament.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so
Good
much.
luck to you, man.
DJ Richards, I call him the class clown for a reason. One thing about it, there's never a dull moment when DJ Richards is in the building. You've always got one of those in every crowd.
Of course. But DJ seems like he has real passion for the game. His game is much more than just shooting. I mean, he does he handles the ball well. And to me, he's one of the better defensive players. Although offensively, he shoots the ball, and that's what stands out the most about his game.
Coach, I think everybody on this McNeese team is a pretty good defensive
Oh,
player.
yeah. I don't think you can play for Will Wade unless you play
No,
defense.
yeah. Garcia is the MVP of the tournament, but he can guard, he can shoot. He had 20 last night, didn't score as well today, but I thought he was pretty good. I don't see a bad defensive player on this McNeese team.
I saw one bad player on the team.
Uh-oh.
I'm not.
Uh-oh.
Who
Coach,
is that,
you gonna
may
go
I
there?
ask?
Amir.
Calling out the manager is Tick Price.
I want him to come over here.
And I believe we're going to get, instead of Amir, we are going to get the guy who was sitting right beside me on,
Congratulations.
sitting
man.
right beside me courtside. First off,
How we doing, guys? We good?
First off, before we talk the game, Coach is the biggest cheerleader in the building. Obviously, a prophet of all of this. But the biggest cheerleader, sitting press row, I've got this guy doing the Jolie Blanc. He's up and down. I've never seen anyone cheer on press row before until he.
Well, I mean, they say there was a rule, but I'm not really one to follow rules, so, whatever. Let's go for it.
He's got to be a heck of a recruiter because, guys, we're talking to the man that brought the coach here, Will Wade. I mean,
thank you, Coach.
that's a great job right there. That's recruiting up a storm.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That ended up being a great hire by you, man. A lot of respect for what you've done with this athletic department. To me, one of the most progressive minds in college athletics. I want to tell you congratulations. I've seen him for a long time, both as a coach and an administrator, and to me, you top notch.
Thank you, Coach. It means a lot. I got a great president. It all starts and ends with him. Dr. Wade Roos is phenomenal, and as you know, Coach, we all do. I mean, if you don't have the alignment from the president, the AD, to the coach, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
all of our visions align, and that's how it happened.
Well,
it's awesome.
That's proven to be the case because you got this community all excited about basketball, McNeese basketball, football. I see you on social media promoting. That's what it's all about. Some of these administrators need to take notice. This is what you need to do, especially in our conference.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. It means a lot.
Is it a different approach that you feel like you and your staff have got to take?
In regards to?
In terms of, what Tick's talking about, going the extra mile, whether it's doing the social media and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's all about branding, and it's, like, I'm a product of it now, too. I mean, we all live on our phones, and everything is so instant. So I just look at it and say, hey, this is what it is. The only thing that's promised in life is change. So we have to be able to change and adapt, and I have a great team. Look, I really try to hire young, really PJ, Zach, Colby, all these guys that are phenomenal. I mean, when I'm in the room, they're talking about TikTok and all that. I mean, I don't, I'm like, go for it, So I have a great team. Matt Fontenot, Bridget Martin, John Limke, Matt Bonnet. I mean, I can go down the line. Colby Carr. I mean, those guys are just phenomenal. I have a great team, but it all starts and ends with Dr. Roos, and I learned, Coach, and you know this, and you do too, Coach, that the key to success is recruiting and retaining talent. I don't care what business you're in, and you have to recruit and retain talent, and I think we've been able to do that.
Coach, if I would have told you 2 years ago when you went out, you made the gamble to hire Will Wade, not knowing, if he could coach a game the first year.
Yeah.
That's the part that I think goes unnoticed the most part on the gamble is, you end up getting him he gets a 10-game suspension, but at the time you didn't know if he was going to be suspended for the whole year or not.
Oh no, I mean, I believe in Coach, and I believe in second chances. He's a great man. The thing about him is, the players love him, and he's an unbelievable basketball coach. He's a junkie. But yeah, for sure. I mean, that's true. When we hired him, I had numerous people across the country say I was the biggest idiot in the world because this guy is this, and and he's never going to coach, not going to coach this year. But I put money on Black, and Black it was.
But I'll tell you one thing, Coach. You look awfully good today. I'll tell you that.
I appreciate
2
it.
championships, going to the NCAA. Seattle, Washington's where I'm picking you guys to go.
I could see that. I could see that.
Great restaurants out there, Coach.
It
and
is.
enjoy it.
I just got one question. How can a guy go from being the biggest idiot to for 2 years being probably the smartest AD in the country? How did that happen?
I don't know.
He got.
Hold on, Tick. You might be giving him too much credit.
Hey, guys, the coach is making him look good. I got to take up for the coach a little bit.
Well, look, let's talk a little basketball here.
Okay.
2 years in a row, you're going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, when I first took over as the athletic director and was able to really dive into the finances, look, I mean, let's just be transparent. There's only 2 sports that are, positive revenue, football and men's basketball. And at this level, we weren't really we had so much margin of growth in men's basketball. So we obviously invested in it, and but it all starts with people, and we got a really good coach, and then we got the people behind it, and look, the David Wallaces of the world, and James Kane and Lee Mallet and Ryan Navarre and the Tarvers. Like without I can go on and on. Without those guys, it doesn't work. You have to have a whole community that understands the vision and sees the vision, and for me, it's unbelievable to see it all come to fruition.
What was going through your head? You were the cheerleader. I was talking about it a little bit. What was going through old Coach Schroyer's head?
Well, Lamar is really physical. I knew it would be a really, really hard matchup because their big is really good. He really protects the rim, and I mean, look, it's really hard to beat someone three times in a row, especially a rival. I knew it was going to be a really hard game, and but I did believe that we would make enough plays down the stretch. But I'm telling you this, they are really, really good. I think Coach does a hell of a job. Jeff O'Malley, their athletic director, does a hell of a job. Lamar's a really good team, and I knew it was going to be a dogfight, but we just. Look, we got a damn good basketball coach and really, really good players, and we have an unbelievable fan base, and we were able to make enough plays.
I asked Tick about this, the growth of basketball in the Southland.
Yeah.
I almost want to call it the Will Wade effect because of how many people you see what happened, saw what happened, and now have been able to buy in, and you're seeing the growth of basketball. You're in the forefront of that in terms of the meetings and so on. What does that mean, and how has that been able to be accomplished?
Well, I think I'm not saying anything that Chris Grant really hasn't said either, but I think that what we've done with basketball, people kind of look at it and go, whoa, this is a real branding opportunity. There's revenue to be made in basketball, and I think people. I mean, look, I'm going to tell you, it starts with our conference commissioner, obviously, Coach Price over here. I mean, we went from 29th in the country as a league to 21st. That doesn't happen overnight if you don't have Tick Price that's in those rooms talking about basketball, talking about scheduling, and you don't have people pushing it, to the forefront. But look, at this level, there's nothing that can galvanize a community and give the national branding that getting to the NCAA tournament can do.
That is it. Heath, thanks so much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Go celebrate, Coach.
Good to see you, man. Good luck, man.
All right, again, the McNeese Cowboys, they are the Southland Conference Tournament champions. We can dive a little more into just the job that Heath has been able to do here at McNeese.
Yeah. Well, he came in as the head coach, and he did a good job of making sure that that basketball team was in good hands when he left that position to go to an administrator. Very good administrator. We've sat in meetings together. We've talked. He's on our advisory committee. Deep thinker. When we talk about NCAA issues, he's always comes up with a great idea, something that makes the whole committee think maybe we need to look into this. And he has motivated me as the general manager of basketball to try to go and take that next step. I'll go and talk to Chris Grant. Chris Grant also is willing to take that next step with our conference. And so we have a collective of people that understands basketball and football help drives this conference.
I just think it's been a great men's basketball tournament.
We've had some tremendous games.
You come here with one expectation, and they've met that expectation. Every game has been close. There's been such an equality in this league right now. A lot of great athletes in the Southland Conference playing exceptional team basketball. Really enjoyable to watch.
Yes, it has been. Look, you guys and I have been doing the halftime, and this is some of the most fun I've had because we have had a blast.
Yes, sir.
The overtime games, every game has been tremendous.
Yes.
You know, even the largest, victory we've had on the men's side was McNeese and Northwestern, and that was a 4-point game with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, both men and the women have been very competitive. We've had a chance to talk strategy. I asked Coach, I said, look, what would you do in this situation? Would you press? Would you trap? Would you hedge? So it's been more than us being analysts. We've had a chance to have an opportunity to talk strategically about the game of basketball and what could help a team become successful when we watch the game. We talk basketball for 3 days now?
Yes.
It's been fun.
Still got one more to go.
Yeah.
Already one more to go.
Still got one more to go. We can talk a little bit about that game real quick on the women's side. Southeastern and SFA, I mean, what's going to give? Those are two incredible teams with incredible coaches and players.
Yeah, well, Ayla Gonzaga does a great job. She changes her defense. She'll go from 2-2-1 to a man. She's got great depth. She'll take 5 out and put 5 fresh people in. But more importantly, she got a point guard that put a lot of pressure on the basketball. She doesn't give up drives. Stephen F. Austin, very tough-minded team. Defensively, they're very solid. So I think when you look at both teams, the opportunity to be successful, my man. What's up,
All right,
Amir?
so we've been talking about the managers, and this guy, Amir Khan, is now at the forefront of every college basketball manager now, before, and everybody that has to come. Amir, how has the last few weeks been for you?
It's definitely been a lot more than I'm used to, but I've definitely been enjoying it all. As a manager, you never expected this kind of attention that the video has gotten. So I've just been enjoying it all, and I think it's been amazing to see that teammates and, the managers, the coaching staff, and my family, they've all embraced it, and they've loved to see, what's been going on.
What made you decide to be I'm sorry, Coach.
No, that's all right, man. You up a little higher than me right now. Let's go ahead.
I'm just curious. What made you decide to be a manager here at McNeese State?
It was when Coach Wade got hired here. So I was a big LSU fan, and seeing him get hired here, I was like, it was a no-brainer to come work for him.
I got a question for you. When you go out on campus here now, are you recognized? Are you the man, like with the women when you walk around campus here?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say some people know my name, but no, I definitely wouldn't say that.
Look, I just want to know. So I'm sitting calling a baseball game the other night. I'm here at Joe Miller Ballpark. I'm calling a baseball game, and in the middle of the game, there was a foul ball hit over onto Common Street. And I look up, and there's this guy's face on a billboard. It's truly been incredible. So has the fame affected any of your day-to-day and any of that? I mean, obviously you still going to work every day. You're coming here, you're coming and grinding with the guys.
Yeah, so I've tried not to let it affect my, daily schedule. Try to come here, do the same thing I do with the team, and, try to stay off social media as much as I can. Definitely don't want to let it get to the head. And, the focus was just coming here and winning this tournament and, mission accomplished, I guess.
Do you know any Elvis Presley music?
I wouldn't say I know it word for word, but, I definitely know some of his songs.
Like Heartbreak Hotel?
I don't know that song, but, I've probably heard of it.
How about Lonely Teardrops with Jackie Wilson? I'm going back in time, Coach.
Yeah, you're going back. I don't even remember, Lonely Teardrop, but at the end of the day.
I'm just showing my age, son. Yeah.
All right, Amir, finally, I mean, you've been a part of this now for 2 years. You in the interviews, you say you've grown up watching March Madness and you grew up the LSU fan. You're going back to March Madness. I mean, how freaking cool is that?
Oh, yeah, that's it's been a dream of mine to, not only go to March Madness, but be part of it as a team. And, McNeese has been the hometown school, so to be going with them and, Coach Wade and the staff and this group of players, it means the world to me.
All right, before we let you go, we gotta bring into the intramural legend that I keep hearing about. This guy is apparently a hooper. Mm-hmm. The other day he's out here shooting before the game, and I said, Amir, we want a three, we want a kaboom, and he hits one. So apparently you're an intramural legend, according to Micah Davey.
Yeah, so I think intramural legend is a bit of a stretch, but when our team, the Bomb Squad, when we go out there, we get to work. I watch all of these games and I see, this team winning, so I'm like, why can't we go out and do the same thing?
So with the whole boombox thing, with the way you've found your fame, you've gotten famous. Yeah. Have the guys let you pick the song at all lately? That way maybe you know it here and there?
Yeah, so they saw an interview where I knew a few of the songs, and they played those. But I'm trying to keep it to be their thing, I want them to pick it. I don't want to change anything because, it's been working, so why change it?
I agree. Coach, you got anything else?
I'm fine.
All right, Amir, thanks so much, and congratulations going back to March Madness.
Thank you so much for having me.
That is the intramural legend / viral sensation, Amir Khan, joining us here on the set.
Good to see you, Amir.
It has been truly incredible. I mean, NIL deals, sponsorships, and he still comes in every day and goes to work. I mean, we've talked about all of the things that managers have to do. He still's got to come in and wash the laundry and rebound for guys and so on and so forth. It's incredible.
Well, that position is one of the most underrated positions. A lot of times teams are as good as their managers. The managers do all the things late at night when guys want to get extra shots up. If coach needs some coffee, if coach needs his gear washed or the team's gear washed or pass off shoes, it's just all the intangibles that's really needed from your managerial staff to help make your team go.
You are exactly right. I think we are we're stalling to see if we can get Coach Wade. I'm not 100% sure if Coach is still in the press conference or not. But we could talk about the job that he's been able to do. Come in here, a team that had won 6-7 games the year prior. Come in last year, he said, I'm going to win 23 plus 1. He wins 30 games, goes to the tournament for the first time in 20 years, and now he's done it back-to-back.
20 years, let's see.
Hey,
I think I'm up there somewhere.
But you got to understand, Coach Wade has taken over this program. When he had a few problems, the program had a few problems. He's come together, made the most out of this situation, and turned them into a powerhouse in the Southland Conference.
Well, when you said turn into the powerhouse, I tried to put a challenge together against the Big South. They didn't want to play the Southland Conference teams mainly because McNeese State had a high NET, a net.
Yeah.
And so we canceled the whole challenged because they're afraid to play against Will Wade's basketball team.
Yes.
That's a lot of respect.
And that's a compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Yeah, no, just what he's been able to do. I mean, bringing some of these high major transfers in here in an era of transfer portal and NIL and so on, it's been pretty remarkable.
Well, when you're able to identify what would be a good fit for your program from the transfer portal, and that's what he's been able to do with his assistant coaches, but he's able to bring them in here, show them 48 hours of this is the blueprint of what we need to do or what we're trying to do to be successful, speaks volumes about not only the coach he is, the recruit he is, but what kind of man he is.
Yeah, look, one thing about it, he's a hard-nosed guy.
Yeah.
Don't let that fool you.
Already
But look,
know.
he's a tremendous person as well.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, speak on
My
that.
man here is a radio personality here in town. What is he like at practice?
Oh, Tick, I'm sure you've been to a practice or two.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is pretty. We should have asked Amir about the balloons. They have balloons, and I think there's 11 of them, 10 or 11 of them, and it is a race to see if you can pop them after a turnover. It is. He is certainly pretty rowdy at practice.
Well, he's very intense, but he gets the most out of his player. I think he understands you play like you practice. And the way they practice is the way they approach games, with a lot of intensity, with very good defense, and they're well coached. And they take jump shots most teams are afraid to take, but he gives them the green light. He gives them the green light because he knows he's got some great outside shooters.
Yeah, that is exactly it. When you go down, I mean, Joe Charles, DJ Richards, Devon Garcia, Kadir Copeland, Christian Shoemate, Sincere Parker, Brandon Murray, Brian Salamange. Those are all guys who pretty much come from high majors, most of them from high majors. The other part of it is I think the trickiest part of probably coaching this team is they don't really know who's going to take the final shot. It's a night-in basis. How tough is that on a coach's part, not knowing, I've got this one guy that I can go to if I need a bucket?
To me, I think that's a good problem because when people scout your team, you don't know what guy's capable of stepping up. And then he's got a little guard that hadn't even played all season. If they had him, scary.
It was already tough for the Southland. It might have really been tough for the Southland. That is it. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to grab Coach Wade. I think he is still in the press conference. So
He's probably enjoying this championship. We may not see him.
yeah, and I absolutely don't blame him for that. I actually see Christian Shoemate over in like a cowboy outfit with a vest. So that's a little scary. I hate that Tick won't get to eat any more humble pie this week.
I'm trying to be humble, guys. I mean, I'm just trying. I mean, my wife tells me all the time, Van, you got to be more humble. But, buddy, when you pick the winners, it's just hard to be humble.
Yeah, I know it is. But that's all right. You contain yourself really well, man. I've enjoyed working with you two guys.
Yeah, I really
had a
enjoyed
blast.
it, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to wrap up. I don't know if we're going to get Coach Wade, so we'll wrap up. Boys, it's been an absolute blast. That is it. The McNeese Cowboys, Southland Conference Tournament champions, and are headed back to the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row.
Yeah.